Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So I think because of yesterday's video, my FYP has shifted a bit because I saw this video yesterday of this guy who claims that he loves poor women. Take a look.
Poor girls turn me on. The poorer the girl, the more attracted I am to her. It's only a poor woman that will wake up by 7 a.m. pray for you, NSPPD, go online and say what God cannot do. I'm going to put my husband on the fire altar. I'm going to pray for my husband, make my husband, oh my God, marry a poor girl. Because when it comes to number one, when it comes to fertility, poor women can be so fertile. Poor women are very good cooks because their mothers train them to cook very well. And poor women can fortify you very well in prayer. So they'll pray for you to fortify you to go around your daily activities. Let's be factual. Rich women are busy. They're busy with their daily activity. They're busy with the contract, busy with one or two things. They don't have time to start praying for you. A rich man can never wake up by 7 a.m. and start doing what God cannot do, does not exist. It's only a poor woman. It's only a poor woman. Right, it's only a poor woman that will wake up by 7 a.m. pray for you, NSPPD, go online and say what God cannot do, does not exist. I'm going to put my husband on the fire altar. I'm going to pray for my husband.
Now, this is not the first time I've heard something like this. I remember a few months ago, there was the American comedian who was talking about he prefers women in poverty. And this is the African version of it. And this one is double because this one is heavily marinated in religion and patriarchy. Okay. All right. So essentially, all he's saying is that you see how he described the rich one. He said a rich one will be busy, pouring into herself, basically, dedicating her time, effort and everything into herself. But the poor one, she doesn't have anything. So because she doesn't have anything, he can exploit her, basically. So all she's going to do is come in there, cook for him, clean for him, take care of him, be devoted to him, loyal to a fault. That's the kind of women they want. That's the kind of women they want. He said the quiet part out loud. This is why they don't like women who have money. This is why when you come into the relationship and you have your own, you always have a problem. Because the problem is not that. The problem is that you are not devoted to them the way they want you to be devoted to them. You are not sacrificing yourself the way they want you to sacrifice yourself. You are not relinquishing your given gift, your God-given gift in this scenario, like the way they want you to relinquish it. Because what does it mean to pray for somebody? Imagine, you're praying for, let's say you want $1 million, right? But instead of you to pray directly that, oh, please, let me get $1 million that can change my life. You are praying that let this person get 2 million so they can give me 1 million. What is the guarantee? What is the guarantee that this person, when they get that 2 million, they are going to give you 1 million when the money is in their name? Think. Yeah. So this is what they want. This is what most men want from women, whether you are poor or rich. You see how he talked about the rich one. He said the rich one won't have time for, because a woman who knows her value and her worth is not going to sit there and put everything in you. Poverty is not only monetary. It's not finances. It's not money. Sometimes you can be poor in your mind and the way you think, and the way you see the world. You can be poor, and when you are poor in that, you can be poor in every area of your life. Sometimes all it takes is for you to move from point A to point B and realize that everything that this person is doing for themselves, you can do for you too. Don't let anybody tell you any different, right? And the only time you are going to deal with men who have money is when they are enriching your life, when they are pouring into you, not the other way around. But if you have to go and do all of this, just have this at the back of your mind, that this is where they want you.
This be my victim. Whip one, whip two, rip two, Kalana the in.
Poor girls turn me on. The poorer the girl, the more attracted I am to her. It's only a poor woman that will wake up by 7 a.m. pray for you, NSPPD, go online and say what God cannot do, does not exist. I'm going to put my husband on the fire altar. I'm going to pray for my husband, make my husband, oh my God, marry a poor girl. Because when it comes to number one, when it comes to fertility, poor women can be so fertile.
I am not sure why the women in the studio are laughing in the background. Men always like women who are vulnerable. They can exploit, they can abuse, and they can use. And he's not the first person saying this. A couple of months ago, we had an American, Corey Holcomb, saying that he prefers poor women because it is easier to control and take advantage of poor women.
Women in poverty, I can control them better. A girl who can't afford to say, "You, Corey, I'm gone." She just can't afford to do it. So I take advantage of that. Now, that might be wrong, but her poverty and my needs, most of the time, it even out.
Dear women, understand that when you are financially vulnerable, you become susceptible to abuse, disrespect, dehumanization from men. The way this man described the benefits of being with a poor woman clearly indicates a dynamic where the woman is being exploited and the woman is being subjugated and abused. Yet, other women are in the comment section finding it funny. And women don't understand that when they giggle at some of these comments, they are unconsciously practicing hegemony, which is an oppressed group actively participating in their own oppression. A man publicly saying that he likes poor women and outlined the outrageous things that poor women do for their husbands. It's not funny, but it shows you that most men want a dynamic where they can subjugate, dehumanize, and oppress women. Dear women, if there's anything you can do for yourself, strive to be financially independent. Financial independence gives you some level of autonomy and power, so you do not tolerate abuse, disrespect, dehumanization, and oppression from any man. My name is Dr. Zita. I am a sociologist. I'm utterly disappointed at the giggles by the women in the studio, but I am not surprised.
I'll never forget when I made my first real 7 figures. This guy looked me in my eyes and said, "Don't let it get to your head." You know, I realized something. A lot of Nigerian men actually hate women, especially rich women. Like, they'll swear that it is because we are too proud or we don't respect men. But deep down, it's the fact that we are unviable and they can't control us. Like, you can't wave one M at a girl that has money and expect her to melt. Babe has seen more, so it literally means nothing. And that is what really pains them. I'll never forget when I made my first real 7 figures. This guy looked me in my eyes and said, "Don't let it get to your head." I just laughed and smiled because I actually knew what he meant by that. It wasn't about pride or anything. It was power. He could already feel it slipping. And the truth is, once a woman stops needing financial permission, everything shifts. She walks differently, she talks differently, and she doesn't wait to be rescued because she has already bought herself the ladder she will use to climb out. And that is what scares them the most. Not the money, but the freedom that comes with it. And that is why I know that we are not rude, we are not hard to love, but just women who've paid the full price for our freedom, and it shows, and they have a problem with that. So what do you think? Can love still thrive when a woman is the one with money, or will ego always find a way to scatter the whole thing?
Something that happens in Nigeria that I noticed, and the reason why I know what I'm saying about why they hate the westernized world is, in Nigeria, women, or actually men, only marry who they can keep at home and control, right? Most rich men in Nigeria marry their wives and then they give them a business or they help them start a business so the woman doesn't bother them, and then they go out and cheat and really live the life they want. And the woman's job is to provide food. When he comes home, he takes off his outfit, beats his chest, they bring food. It's not even because of love, you know. Women in Nigeria get married because in Nigeria, it's easier to get protection and to get money when you're married. It's very difficult to be a single woman in Nigeria working and trying to make an honest living. When those women come to America, right, and they're able to get education, be able to work hard where they can actually make money off of just working hard, a lot of those girls end up not wanting to get married beyond societal pressure, but a lot of them end up succeeding. There was a woman who was killed in Nigeria by her husband. This happened like, I think about a week ago. She left and she went to the Netherlands and started running her own business. Like, lady was succeeding, sending money, bought property. And when she came home, the jealousy and the hate that her husband had, because the husband was trying to sell their house in Nigeria behind her back, and the jealousy that he couldn't do that because she had the money, she was the one in control. He burned her alive while she was sleeping. So one thing I want you guys to know is when Nigerian men think of westernized women, they know that westernized women, and that's even something when it comes to divorce, they know that in the westernized world, they know that logic is how the system works. So they cannot bully or pay or swindle their way out of a divorce. In the Western world, logic is how you get divorced, not.
Poor girls turn me on. The poorer the girl, the more attracted I am to her. It's only a poor woman that will wake up by 7 a.m. pray for you, NSPPD, go online and say, what God cannot do this. I'm going to put my...
See, let me tell you something. A poor woman is a helpless woman. The poorer you are as a woman, the more helpless you become. And then when you now have a mix of poverty and religious extremism, then you become like ice cream for men that are looking for women to subjugate. Any man that is looking for a woman to subjugate, a woman to abuse, a woman that will be submissive and become a slave, you are like ice cream to them. They go lick you. They go lick you. And the reason why religious women are easy to subjugate is because in religion, they advise you to pray for a cheating husband. They advise you to forgive a cheating man, advise you to forgive an abusive man, advise you to always forgive and forget, and pray for the man that the man should change. And when you are in an environment that encourages you to pray for your abuser and to forgive your abuser, then you are somebody that is very easy to be subjugated, very easy to be abused, very easy to fall into the trap of all these men. Listening to this guy in this podcast, you can see that he knows what he's saying very well. He has studied women and he has known the kind of women that he will go for. He's going for a woman that is poor, because when a woman is poor, she is helpless. No matter what he does to her, she cannot live, because her source of livelihood, her source of income, she's dependent on this guy to do everything for her. So she has no other place to go to. He's also looking for a religious woman, because the woman will keep praying for him. Even when he cheats, she'll pray for him. Even when he beats her, she'll pray for him. No matter the kind of thing that he does to her, she's going to keep praying for him and keep hoping that God changes him. And also she's going to forgive him, because forgiveness is a very important thing in religion. So you see that these men know exactly what they are looking for. So as a woman, it is your duty, it is your job to escape poverty. Whatever it is that you are doing against poverty, please take it seriously and free yourself from religious slavery. Free yourself from religious slavery so that you will not fall into the trap of all these men that are looking for women to subjugate. Help yourself, my dear. Help yourself.
After having watched that video, I need somebody to explain it to me again, because maybe this time it will sink in. But can you explain to me why it is wise for a woman to want to live off a man? You guys, there are sick men like this guy moving through the world. Why would you risk putting your life in their hands? Because whenever I say that women should make their own money, it always pains me. It pains me in my chest when there are women in the comment section talking about men are supposed to be taking care of their wives. Why should I work when I have a husband? There are men actively looking for women to financially abuse, and you come and say, hey, see my neck, come and cut it. And of course, it's not all men that are like this. I mean, I am a man and I am not like this. But my point is, you are not inside your boyfriend or your husband's head with him. You don't know how he feels about these issues. He might say one thing and feel another way. It's not all of these men who come out and say it like this guy has said it. Your own husband might be a good man who actually does want to take care of you and doesn't want to use money as a weapon against you. But why take that risk? That is my own thing. Why take that risk? Just do your part so you don't fall into anybody's trap. Because if any of my sisters should come today that they want to marry one man and that he's going to take care of them and they're going to quit their job because of that, I'll actually call a family meeting. I'll ask the family elders to go and call an exorcist, because she must be possessed. They're always talking about women and agency, and money is one of the things. In fact, I would say it is the biggest thing that gives women agency. Money is power. There's a reason that saying exists. Did you hear what he said in that clip? Money allows women to stand up for themselves, and he doesn't want that. A lot of men who are looking to take care of a woman want to dominate that woman. They want to use their money to oppress that woman, because he who pays the piper dictates the tune. If you control the money in a household, you control everything. It's not wise. Forget what society tells us about what a husband should be and what a wife should be. It's not wise. It is a big risk that you don't have to take. My goodness, if that video does not scare you, then I don't know what else will.
Yeah, and I know anytime I come here and I talk about subjects like this, some women are not happy with it because they feel like I'm saying, oh, don't go after rich men, suffer and so on and so on. That's not what I'm saying, babe. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that if you're going to deal with them, be aware of their mindset. Okay, some of them are coming into your life because they have ulterior motives. They are not coming there to change your life and give you soft life and so on and so forth. They are coming there with their own plan. Okay, have their own agenda. Do you understand? So what is your agenda? Are you going there strategically? Are you going there with a plan? Is it all about taking you on trips and taking photographs? Is it all about him marrying you and putting you in his house? Is it all about you just popping out kids for him? Is that all you want? And if that's all you want, then that's fine. But if you are going to want more for your life, just be aware that these things can move from point A to point Z very quickly. That smiling man who loves you, who is ticking all your boxes, who is, in the love bombing phase, who is buying you things, designer goods and showing you off to all his friends and singing your praises, can also be the same one who is punching you, who is making you cry every night because he knows you can't go anywhere. He knows you are stuck with him. He knows that you don't have the power. You can't afford to leave. Now you have 4 of his kids. He won't let you work because he's told you prior that he doesn't like women who have their own because you won't be devoted to him. But now he's mistreating you. He has multiple other women, and you're aware of it. You're getting STIs over and over and over again. You are heartbroken and you're suffering. Is that what you want for your life? All right. So if you have to deal with them, baby, go with a strategy. Go with a plan. Don't just go there with that fairy tale nonsense at the back of your mind. Because the way it's going to backfire, you will wish you didn't end up in that situation. And I'm not saying all rich men are these horrible men who are coming into your life to just make sure that you are miserable. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm sure there are some amazing rich men out there with great intentions. And that's why it's important to vet them and see where their minds are at. And when you meet some of them like this, run. And also, the part of the world that we come from, right? Where mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers can heavily rely on one person to take care of them, i.e. the rich person in the family, right? And now they've come to marry you. And all of a sudden, all these relatives are looking at you side-eye. Now, is it because of you that now they are not taking care of me? Now, my son is not even looking at me anymore. Oh, see, she has used juju on him. Oh, because of her, he's not taking care of me anymore. All because they are aware that you don't have money. You don't have your own. He came to take you from a place that you didn't have much. Now, all you are going to face is wahala. It's wahala from envious relatives who will not let you be because in their mind, it is their son that is taking care of you. Even if he comes in with the best intentions out there, now you are suffering. You are doing those bash with relatives. Not your own village people sitting there looking at you side-eye. On top of it, you have his village people also looking at you side-eye. Me, I don't want that nonsense. It's too much. It's too much. All because what? He has money and I don't. Why don't I go out there and make money for myself so that somebody will not come and say that I'm chopping their son's money? So that when I want to sleep on Sunday, I can sleep on Sunday because it's not just my job to take care of the kids. I don't know about you, but for me personally, I feel like a woman who has her own is always a liberated woman. A woman who can move from point A to point B. A woman who can say, hey, please, I'm not tolerating this nonsense. You can't do this around me. All right. I know there are some women who have money who are also mumu like that. They'll give all their money to a man and still be crying over him. That one, I don't know how to cure that disease. Only God can cure it. So if you can go out there to get those resources, right, that you want, my sister, you can also go out there to do that. You don't have to have a lot like he does. At least have enough to move around. At least have enough that when they say pay, you are packing your bags and leaving. Do you understand? You are not heavily reliant on him that you are staying there and he's doing whatever he wants to do to you. At least have enough that you can move from one city to the other. Even if it means you are going to share a house with the other people, have that there. Have something going for yourself that when pam, you are pamming. Do you understand? That's what we are saying. You leave your own thoughts and opinions in the comments and I'm going to see you again in another video. Take care of yourselves and one another. Bye.